Are you following what I mean? They call tick size. Those who involved in market know lah. Tick size means that it can only move up to, you buy 1,000, it can only move up to 1,100. That's the best case scenario. Worst case scenario, it can go down only to 900 because the tick size is only 1 cent. So that is the what we call the floating of the bond, that method for the trading purposes, right? So it depends lah. If you buy at 1,000, then suddenly it moved down to 900, then you lost your 100. If go up 100, then you got 100, 1,000, you get 100. I mean, if you want to get a capital gain of that particular bond. But if you hold, you are guaranteed at least 3.75 of the what we call profit. I mean, of the return lah, the return, the coupon of the sukuk, right? It was listed on the 8th February 2013. I have not seen today what is the last 2 days. It was 160 something, I'm not mistaken. Last how many days? 10 days. I mean, it's not that bad lah, in terms of the return on that. These are the people who are eligible for this. The first one is Malaysian citizen, 18 years old at least, or shareholding, or pension fund. Okay, pension fund. Say for example, you have your money from pension fund, you want to withdraw your money every month 50 ringgit to buy this bond. This can be done based on the provision of the law that we have, right? This is structure. So I just cut and paste from SC website. As I say, it's just a normal sukuk murabaha based on INA. Okay, Dana Infra, we sell asset. Okay, the investors will pay the purchase price, which is the proceed. Then the sukuk holder, I mean facility agent, is the agent of the investor. We sell back the asset to Dana Infra. Then Dana Infra will have to pay the selling price, which is the sukuk proceed plus profit, and they will issue sukuk to evidence their indebtedness to the sukuk holder. That's all. It's just a normal murabaha bay'ulinah type of sukuk. Okay. We hope that at the time to come we can improve in terms of the structure. If you go to the PTC allow for a variety of products, variety of contract. You can use murabaha, you can use tawarruk, you can use mudarabah, you can use musyarakah. Maybe because of the time constraint, maybe they go for the easier one, which is the murabaha. We hope that later we can improve in terms of the structure to have a more acceptable, internationally accepted structure for this very good sukuk. You pay for the contribution into the construction of certain infrastructure of the country. This is Dana Infra sukuk. Okay, I come to the last one, Islamic perpetual sukuk. Okay, for the time being, there are only 2 Islamic perpetual sukuk in the world. For the time being, this is the first one. The other one is, pursuant to Tier 1 capital, is Adik sukuk. If you are aware, last year Adik issued their sukuk also, perpetual sukuk, but different from this structure. Different from this structure. If you have time, we discuss also how Adik do their sukuk in that particular issuance. Let me focus on this Islamic perpetual sukuk first. Okay. First, perpetual security is actually a kind of hybrid securities. It is a hybrid securities where in the case of perpetual sukuk, it's also called PERP. The normal word we call PERP non-call 10, for example. If we call PERP non-call 10, means that perpetual bond is not callable unless after 10 years. That's what we call. Okay. Sometimes they have PERP non-call 10, step up 10. Means that, sorry, all the jargon of the market now. Mean that it is a perpetual sukuk, has non-callable features of 10 years, and after 10 years, if there is no redemption, then there is a step up in the profit. They will call PERP non-call 10, what we call 10 also for that matter, right? So when we call perpetual hybrid securities, it can be 2 ways. It can be either perpetual in nature, means that there is no maturity of the sukuk. Now when we talk about sukuk all the time, we believe it has to have maturity time. Now no longer. It can either be no maturity time, or it is a long dated sukuk, 50 years, 25 years, 30 years. It's still called hybrid securities. Okay, and with that, the first one. In certain circumstances, in most perpetual bond, they have the right to defer the profit payment. So say for example, this year, I'm the issuer. Take for example MAS. This is a case of MAS. Okay, the case of MAS. I think you know what is MAS. Not to elaborate further on what is the situation that MAS has gone through until today. The judge is laughing now. Those who involved in the MAS case understand what is the situation. Say for example, this year MAS has decided not to pay the profit, so they can defer the profit to next profit distribution. So when they defer, that features will have either one. It's either be cumulative non-capitalized or cumulative and capitalized, means that cumulative compounded. Okay, in some structures it is only cumulative, means that for this year I have to pay say 6%, for semi-annually 3% for example, but I don't pay, so I will pay next distribution, which is another 6 months. So 3% will be carried forward to next distribution, to 3 plus 3, 6 I have to pay. If I decided not to pay there, and I will carry forward to next 6 months, so become 3 plus 3 plus 3. This is what we call cumulative non-compounded. Another structure where you have PERP is what we call cumulative and compounded. So say for example, if I decided not to distribute this 3% now, I decided to distribute another 6 months, that 3% that I don't pay will be recapitalized. Therefore when I pay, it has to be compounded. That another structure. In MAS case, it is non-compounded. Okay, non-compounded, but cumulative. So some perpetual bond, they have the features in which the coupon can be deferred. However, there are clauses, what we call dividend stopper and dividend pusher. Mean that in certain circumstances, you have to pay. By hook or by crook, you have to pay. Okay, that's what we call dividend pusher. You want to pay, you want to do that one, you have to pay it first. Dividend pusher is normally when the company decided to pay dividend. So when the company defer the profit, they cannot easily pay dividend to the shareholder. Cannot. So if you don't pay the sukuk holder or the bond holder, you cannot distribute the dividend. If you want to distribute dividend, you have to pay all your outstanding past coupon first. Then only you can pay your shareholders their dividend. This is what we call dividend pusher. I go one after another later. The issuer, as I say, has no obligation to redeem the bond. Has no obligation to redeem the bond. Okay. The benefit of this for the issuer are two things. The benefit for the issuer are two things. The first one, from accounting treatment perspective, since this sukuk is actually a long-term sukuk, and there is a capability of deferment of the profit, so it behaves like equity. So from accounting perspective, it is equity. So it helps the capital of the company. It helps the capital structure of the company because it is considered to be kind of equity. No, it is equity from accounting treatment perspective. So that's the first one. So now you are not diluting your share because you don't issue new equity, yet you have proceed which gives you the benefit of equity. I'm not sure that I made myself clear or not. Okay, you don't issue equity, you don't dilute your ownership, yet you get another money coming to you in the way that it behaves like equity from your perspective. But those who pay you money has no say to your company, so you hold still to your ownership. That's the first benefit of it, as to the issuer. The second one is that the right to defer the dividend. So if say for example, the company for that year, for one reason or another, decided not to pay coupon, they may decide to do so. They may decide to do so. Of course, within certain conditions and everything. So if they don't pay, it would not call event or default. In the normal sukuk issuance, if you fail to pay, when the payment is due, then they will call event of default. In this case, the non-payment of coupon would not cause event of default. That is the benefit for the issuer. As for the investor, I say, what is there for the investor? For the investor, this is considered to be high risk, high gain instruments. I mean, you have all the risk, so you get more. It pays more than the normal sukuk. Okay, that's the first one. The second one, they have the step-up mechanism, as I mentioned. They have the step-up mechanism. In case of mas, they have non-callable 10, step-up 10. Means that in the first 10 years, mas cannot redeem the sukuk. In the first 10 years, mas cannot redeem the sukuk. Okay, mas cannot redeem the sukuk within 10 years. Mas has the right to redeem the sukuk after 10 years. Okay, after 10 years, mas has the right to redeem the sukuk. But if they don't redeem the sukuk after 10 years, they will have a step up 2.5 after 10 years. So mean that if, say for example, the first 10 years your profit, your YTM or your profit is, say for example, 6%. After 10 years, if mas fail to redeem or decided not to redeem or not redeeming that, then it become 8.5 because another step up 2.5, 250 point basis point. That is the situation of step up. Okay, so for those who are okay with long-term investment and willing to take the potential of step up, then they may want to enter into this sukuk. But bearing in mind, they have to really understand that this sukuk may not pay them a dividend on time. May not pay them dividend on time because the company has the right to defer the payment. Okay, it may be callable after a certain period of time. Okay, as I mentioned, some of the features. The first one is it is perpetual in nature. The second one is, I say, it is callable. Callable 5, callable 10. For example, in my hand now got some issuance of in Singapore, for example, Genting Singapore, when they issue in March 2012, it is non-callable 5, non-callable 10. Global Logistic Properties, non-callable 5, and so on and so on. So, mean 5 years is non-callable. Step-up coupon, as I mentioned, some securities, when we do perpetual, some have the element of step-up. Subordination, the sukuk, when you do perpetual sukuk, it has to be subordinated, mean that it has to be junior than the creditor, so it will not be ranked pari passu with other normal creditor. No, it ranks second. It has to be junior to the creditors, but senior to the shareholders. So it is in between, because it is hybrid. So it is junior to the senior the debtor, the creditor. So it's not ranked pari passu with other creditor. It is senior to the shareholders in terms of ranking. Okay. In case of mas, for example, in case of winding up of mas, I mean the exercise of purchase undertaking pursuant to the winding up of mas, for example, it ranks second after the creditors and before the shareholders. Okay. As I mentioned, they have the dividend stopper. You cannot pay the dividend unless you pay all the coupon. Dividend pusher, for example, if you want to pay dividend, you have to pay the coupon. Otherwise, you cannot pay dividend. Okay. As I mentioned, coupon deferral.